Let's be real, things are uncertain right now. If you are feeling anxious about your money, you are not alone. Trust me. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I'm doing when it comes to this time in our financial world, and most importantly, what I am not doing. Money anxious is a real thing. It has been there for a long time. So if you are feeling that way, I want you to calm down, steady, and think about how your money can help you to have a peace of mind. Having a peace of mind with your money is what I always tell people. You can't get it anywhere. You have to work it yourself. It's hard, but it takes time to be in a level that you don't think about your money. Or when money anxious is not real for you. Most of us that we've been in the money world for a long time, that we are trying to manage our money very well, money anxious is still real for us because a lot of things happened. But to have a peace of mind or a little relax when the money anxious comes is depend on you. So for today's video, I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I am doing, and most importantly, what I am not doing. Hopefully it will help you to stay calm and steady when it comes to your money. What I'm doing with my money right now is increasing my emergency fund. When it comes to the financial world, a lot of research shows that you need 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. In case something happened, you can take care of yourself 3 to 6 months. And that is real. For real is for real. It helps a lot. It makes you calm. So what I am doing is increasing my emergency fund. Where did I put my emergency fund? High yield savings account. And every day I'm increasing it little by little. I'm not rushing into it. I'm just taking my time. Before the beginning of the year, my husband and I has managed to have about 3 months emergency fund. In our mortgage, we were about 5 to 6 months in. So we were kind of okay a little bit. But from what is going on in the world and everywhere, we are increasing it little by little. Every paycheck, we are trying to add little money to our emergency fund. And it's in a high yield savings account. So every month, we get a little money on that money as well. And I'm also working on doing a month ahead, which I'm going to show a lot of video about it. So if you be watching me, you're going to see that as well. These are some of the things that we are doing so that in case there's emergency, we will not be anxious. We will have our peace of mind. My next one is cutting down expenses. Yes, my family and I, we are going extreme. We are cutting down expenses. Right now, as of now, we are living on one income. And even if you have the money, cutting down expenses is a good idea at this time of age. So we are going extreme. We are cutting down every penny that we can get hold of. If something is not going right, we see it in our tracking expenses and we make sure we don't do that again. We are cutting down expenses. Otherwise, we cannot afford to leave our means. So cutting down expenses is one of the ways that I'm doing to manage our money. We are going extreme. No eating out a lot. We are eating from home. If it's something that we are doing extra to bring more expenses, we are cutting it down. So that's one of the things I'm doing as well. I hope you will look at your expenses, track it, and see where you can cut some expenses. We are also writing down everything in our budget. We are writing down our budget. We are tracking our expenses. Every penny that is going out from our income is being written down. So through that, we are having a strong budget. We are living on one income as a big family. It's kind of challenging a little bit. But because we have our budget down, it's helping us have our peace of mind. So if you want to really take control at this age of time, write your budget down. Budgeting has proved to be one of the roadmaps when it comes to your money. You cannot go wrong if you write your budget down. And this is one of the things that we are not going wrong by doing. It has really helped us know where actually our money is going. So just write your budget down. Just write it down. If it's something you cannot do every day, just write it down and see How much is going into grocery? How much are you spending? Are you living under your means? Trust me, it will really help you. So write down your budget. And when you are writing your budget down, if you are first time budgeting, just write the essentials. What is so important for you to spend money on? One of the important things for us to spend money on right now as a family that we are living on less is our mortgage. Yes, so every month we make sure you have money ahead of time to pay our mortgage. Also, the food that we are going to eat. We know if we eat, we will survive. So we are making sure we have money to buy food. So those are two main essentials that maybe you can write it down to see whether you are paying your mortgage on time, whether you are having money for food. There's a lot of essentials that you can write: your electricity bill, your gas bill. Me especially, one of the essentials for us is internet, because my husband needs internet to work, to get paid. So internet is one of our essentials. So write the essentials down. Even if you don't write your budget, I urge you to write your essentials, and it will really help you. One last thing that we are still doing is we are still investing. Yes, we know the market is not being stable. It's coming stable. It goes around, it goes down, but we are still investing. Yes, my husband every month put away about $300 into some kind of investment. If I have extra money, I put it in investment. And I don't look at my investment every day to get scared, to get worried. I'm just doing investing. So we are still investing. Where are we investing? We are investing in index fund, mutual funds. I just started investing in crypto or Bitcoin. I bought just $10 to see how it will go. I know somebody will say it's the wrong time to buy. No, it is a good time to invest. So I started trying doing that. My husband has been doing it for a while now. I was scared to try, but now I just started and I only bought $10. So we are still investing, and we are not looking at our investment every day. Now that you know the 4 things that I am doing, let me tell you what I'm not doing at this point for our family when it comes to our finances is that I'm not selling any of my investment. Especially when it comes to my index fund. I'm not selling. I'm just looking at the stock market to do whatever they want to do. It's okay. A stock market is just like being on a roller coaster. If it's going fast and you force yourself to fall from the coaster, you will die. I am not selling. At this point, no matter how low the investment go, how low the stock market go, I am not selling any. My husband and I have decided no selling. I have sold some of my stocks in the past, but around this time, no selling, no nothing to investment. Actually, we've moved most of our investment into our retirement. So we have it in Roth, so we cannot even cash it out, sell it. We don't want to look at it until we are 59 and a half. The few ones that we have that we can sell, we are not selling. And we are not panicking at all. So that's one thing I'm doing. I am not selling any of my investment. It's the wrong time to sell. So don't panic to go sell your investment. This is the right time. Like if you are in your 20s, 30s, this is the right time to invest. Yeah, start now. My husband and I, we started too late, but I urge you to start now. Because we are not selling our investment, one of the things that we are not doing is not looking at the investment. We are leaving our investment. I normally will go in to update our net worth maybe once a month. I'm not looking at my investment every day. I started looking at it, I got panicked a little bit and I stopped. So I'm not looking at it. I'm just letting it sit. And anytime I go in, maybe once a month, just to look at it. So that's one thing I'm not doing. I'm not watching the stock market 24/7. No, I'm not doing that. No matter what, if it's going down, if it's going up, I'm not looking every day. The last thing I'm not doing is that I'm not living in fear. Since I'm not living in fear, it means my family is not. I am the CFO when it comes to our finances, and I'm not living in fear. I believe in planning little by little, and I will not fear. No matter what is going on, fear can creep in, but I am not living in fear, And in the same way, I'm assuring everybody around me, don't live in fear. Fear can kill. Fear can make you do a lot of stuff when it comes to your finances. But if you plan very well and progressively, little by little, you will be fine when it comes to your finances. So don't live in fear. Don't panic. It's going to be well. Trust me. Just relax, keep calm, and keep on planning about your future, about your finances, and it will be okay. Financial peace is not just about the dollars. It's about how calm, relaxed, and stable you are when something is going wrong. So having your financial peace, having your money in control. So take a deep breath and do little by little towards your finances, and you will have that financial peace at the end of the day. Thanks for watching me. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you don't miss any of my video. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Go and be grateful. Bye-bye.